Xencelabs is a newer company to the pen tablet market, and they're releasing one of their biggest tablets to date, the Pen Tablet 24 display. Now it comes with quite a hefty price, but let's give it a chance and see if it's worth your money. It has a lot of traditional features to tablets and some unique ones. This is all coming from an individual 3D artist who's been using screen tablets for almost 4 years now. Xencelabs did send me this tablet, but this is all my own opinion, and I'm not being paid. There's a lot of variety of tablets out there, and it's hard for any artists and individuals to get an idea of what is a good tablet to compare to what is a bad tablet. And I think, genuinely, Xencelabs did an amazing job at presenting a high quality experience with not too many distractions or gimmicks distracting from the main product. Of course, it's all up to you. So let's get right into it. Opening up the box is an interesting experience because you get these giant instructions that I've never really seen with tablet companies before. You'll see more of the instructions later. Under the instructions, there's the tablet. It is big, it is heavy. I was shocked by the size because my 24 display that I've had for 4 years is not this big. So it will take up a lot of desk space. You can connect this via USB DisplayPort, HDMI, and I'll be using the HDMI. And it comes with various power cords, so you can pretty much power it anywhere. I'm also impressed because the brick is extremely small. The tablet comes with a standard stand, and I was worried because the screen seemed a little bit too small, but it's really thick in person, so it can definitely hold your arms if you're wanting to lean it on there. I wouldn't probably suggest that, but you know, it is a tough screen. Then there's the quick key remote thing, which I found very fascinating. It's easy to just clip in on this little clip and then slide on to the side of the tablet. It's pretty useful, and you'll see it more in action in a moment. Something that was a pleasant surprise to me is the fact that there were 2 pins. Not 2 of the same pins, but 2 different pins. A thin pin and a thicker pin, which the thicker one has 3 buttons and the thinner one has 2. Something that was surprising to me is the fact that it comes with rubber tips and felt tips. The felt tips are supposed to simulate paper type feel, which I didn't really experience the felt too much of a difference, but I probably need to have this for a longer time to really feel the difference between the tips. Something interesting is you can actually attach the pins on the tablet itself with these little pin holders that you just slide into the tablet. You can easily put the pins on the right or left, or the top left or right. Like, I love that you can really make it customized to your own liking. To me, just being able to customize it like that really helps me whenever I want to move stuff around or, you know, really get everything neat and tidy. Time to get to use this thing. In the back here, you can see I am taking out my old tablet and replacing it with the new Xencelabs tablet. And I hope here you can really see the difference between the 2 tablets. It's absurd. It really takes a lot of desk space, which to me is a good thing. In the back here, I'm figuring out how to connect the block to the wall connector. And then I am also gonna use, for personal use, the HDMI setup. There's multiple ways to set it up. I just so happen to choose HDMI. Again, there are several ways, several cords that you can really use for any setup. After turning it on, I was pleasantly surprised by the screen display. Again, you cannot go wrong with a 4K setup. It's a very good setup right there. And the color ratio was pretty nice. I did notice it had a warm tint to it, which is standard, and I just changed it for me. Following the instructions actually led me to a website where it has all of the online instructions, which I really liked. Installing the drivers was pretty standard, nothing really new here, just seamless and easy. I was a little bit worried and a little bit confused of how to connect my quick keys, and if like I had to install a specific driver to the model that I have, the 24 display model, but surprisingly, it connected all of it instantly together, and it knew when a device was connected and when it wasn't connected and when it was improperly connected, which I was personally shocked by because typically you get a lot of glitches when you're installing newer programs. The program itself is very user-friendly. It was quite easy to change the color correction and the pin size, the buttons of all the hotkeys and everything like that. They have presets for you for like Photoshop. They don't have presets for Blender, which isn't that surprising. It was just really easy to go and navigate throughout the program. One thing that I found I really like about this pin is the front of the pin you can actually draw with, and the back of the pin is the eraser. You can physically turn it around to erase with it, which is, you know, standard because everyone uses pencils. So I found that a really nice detail that they added. Now, actually using the tablet is very smooth feeling. The best way to describe it for me is a soft screen, which gives this property of kind of really smoothly going about the screen. One thing I didn't like about it is that you can't really pull your pen away too far without it disconnecting from the screen, which might not be a big deal, but it's a little bit of a big deal to me, and probably just me. Something I found really convenient is the screen reflection is super low because of glare reduction with a finely edged surface to give it a matte finish. So it reflects less sunlight if the sun is beaming at it. Now, the quick keys don't actually look like that big giant weird screen mess that you see in front of you. It's a very clear screen that has words you can change and interchange. It's very clearly red, and it has a slight glow around the circle, which the camera can't pick up. It's very useful to zoom in and undo things quickly. If you have any hotkeys in mind, you can absolutely assign it to any of the buttons on the quick keys. Also, the fact that it is Bluetooth and can be removed at any time is really helpful. If you want to use it on your desk, if you want to use it on the top of your screen or on the side of your screen, or I don't know, on the other side of the room, if you really were that crazy, you could really use it anywhere. Something that I find a little bit gimmicky but could be actually genuinely useful is this kind of like tablet extended mode, where I'm actually using the middle display here to move the box around, to move my mouse around so I can like grab other things from multiple different screens, move them around with my tablet. And it's a bit hard for me because of my giant displays where they are multiple different sizes and stuff like that. But I can see this being genuinely useful just like in like a one-time use, but I don't know if it's fully for me. So what are my final thoughts on the entire thing? It seems like Xencelabs is more focused on a user experience than adding more gimmicks and bells and whistles onto the product. They're really trying to refine what's already there without expanding into a whole new realm. I think honestly, this is a great product. That of course has, you know, here and there little extra bit, but it's useful. And I do see myself using most of it, if not all of it. I like the extra pins, I like being able to customize my experience, and I like how much free range it gives you as an artist. There aren't really any negatives to this product. It brings a very solid experience. So if you have the extra money and you really are dedicated to your art, then I would say go for it. Thank you so much for watching. I know this isn't the usual type of content I make, but I hope you have a great morning, afternoon, or night. Peace out.